Holy crap, guys. Holy freaking crap. Alright, Walter Benaziac here to talk about this last episode of Samurai Jack, episode 9 of season 5 of Samurai Jack. We just got one more left, and oh my goodness. Well, a few questions were answered in this episode. Maybe quite possibly the best of the season so far. So we'll start from the beginning and we'll work our way up. Got my trusty notes here. So this picks up literally right where the last one left off with Jack and Ashi kissing. There's some good development here. So after this, they have like a scene around this campfire they make for the night. This is where they bond. This is where I think they bonded much better than the last episode and where they've bonded the best so far, because we get to see Ashi ask Jack about where he came from. We get a nice flashback to everything that happened before with him as a kid, with his parents and everything. And that was really nice. That built up their relationship, I think, even more than anything we've seen before. And I thought that was just a really strong back and forth between those two characters. We have Scaramouche. He goes to Aku's place to try and tell Aku that Jack has lost his sword, but he doesn't know that Jack got the sword back by now, so it doesn't turn out too well for him. But when he gets there, Aku gives him his body back, so he's back to full power, robot Scaramouche. And then they laugh and start dancing, and that is hysterical. That is classic Samurai Jack mix of tones, where this is very serious stuff happening, but then we still get really legitimately funny stuff, like Aku and Scaramouche dancing, so that was great. Okay, so this is where things get serious. Jack leaves that campfire early, like Ashi wakes up and he's gone, and he's going for the one place that we've been asking about since the beginning of the series, which is the main big portal from the episode, I can't remember, the Jack and the Traveling Creatures, I think it's called, where we have the Portal Guardian, which everyone's been asking about, the big blue guy with the little Morpheus sunglasses. And we see Jack get there, the portal's destroyed, and we see those glasses on the ground broken, and just like, whoa, that was something to really take in, because I think a lot of people were banking on him going back that way. There was that big prophecy in that episode originally that showed Jack with the beard and everything, and that's what we thought was matching up, because we saw Jack with the beard, and he was going to come back and go in the portal, but we know that Jack looks like his regular self now after he went on that self-discovery journey a couple episodes ago, so he's back to being regular looking Samurai Jack, so he doesn't look like he did in that episode, and that portal was destroyed, so I'm not sure if like the Portal Guardian's just going to randomly come back in this last episode of the series, but I'm assuming it's not likely. That was a nice twist, though. I think we needed that, because honestly I kind of think that was a little bit too predictable if they just went back that way. Maybe they'll split, because they're still fighting there, so maybe he will go back through that portal, but just not in the way that we all expected it to be. So that's pretty cool that this final battle is kind of right at that portal. I'm really hoping that we see the Scotsman in this last episode, because I thought that we were going to see Scotsman and his daughters, or the ghost of the Scotsman, the Force Ghost, look for Jack in a couple episodes, kind of searching around for him and finding him a little bit earlier, but I'm assuming like that army is going to be there for him and they're all going to fight Aku, I hope, because that was kind of a pointless tease if he's just in that episode where he gets killed by Aku and vaporized or whatever. Hopefully him and all his daughters, his army, come and help out Jack in this fight. But the biggest shock of this episode, well, obviously we have Jack with his sword back, and they see that the sword's there, so Aku immediately kills Scaramouche, which is another little funny thing there. But so Ashi finds Jack at the portal. Aku also shows up, and then it's sort of reminiscing about some old fights between those two in those like desolate places, like the fight between Jack and Aku in one of my favorite episodes, which is in my top 5, in the graveyard. Sort of popped up in my head, just kind of the barren wasteland, and they're sort of mano a mano just showing up there. Except, of course, no awesome zombie ghosts or whatever demon things were yelling in that episode. But, so we see Ashi show up there, and Aku's about to leave because he sees Jack's sword, but then he comes back and he says that he smells himself, and he smells himself in Ashi, and we find out that Aku did show up to the Daughters of Aku temple, and basically gave them like his essence to drink. So one of the ladies drank it, and they birthed all the daughters of Aku through that. So she's half Aku. Aku is her dad, so she's only half human, and he takes control of her, and we see this female version of Aku show up. And she's no longer in control of her body or anything that's happening. She gets taken over by that darkness of Aku, and that was a heartbreaker, man. I think a lot of people were. I'm not sure if they were like completely shocked. I was pretty taken aback by that. That's a really good twist on Ashi and Jack's relationship. So that was really cool to see, just from a story perspective. I didn't want it to happen, obviously, but. Yeah, that was a nice twist, and now we have Ashi asking Jack to kill her, which is a powerful moment. So maybe that bittersweet moment that Gendy's talking about now is going to be Jack has to kill Ashi and then go back to the past. Maybe that's what it's going to be. That's kind of looking like that might be what's shaping up here. I don't know if the portal is going to come back there or what's going to happen, but I'm really hoping Jack gets back to the past here. Somehow, some way, he like forces, or maybe because Ashi is part of Aku, maybe Ashi can make a portal, because remember at the beginning of the series, Aku just makes a portal out of thin air. I mean, he didn't have to find one or whatever, he just makes it with his magic or whatever. So maybe Ashi can take control of Aku's powers long enough to make a portal, and then Jack can go back through that way, maybe. Who knows? In any case, it's shaping up to be an intense final episode of this series. We've been waiting years, over a decade, to see this show come back and finally end the right way, and I am very excited to see how they end it. Now, remember, it's not about how you start, it's how you finish. So this has to be at least somewhat satisfying. If they're going to just have Jack not go back and pull sort of something out of their butts where it's not what the fans want to see, I could see a lot of backlash on this. We need some kind of satisfaction. It doesn't have to, like Gendy's talking about, it has to be bittersweet. That's fine. But we need some sweet. We need the bitter and the sweet. And I think we need more sweet than bitter. So I'm hoping it ends the right way. Hoping, fingers crossed, that it will. So we'll see what happens. But what did you guys think of this episode? How do you think this final episode of the whole series, can't believe that's happening, final episode of the whole series is stacking up? What do you think is going to happen? Let me know in the comments below. This is just wow. This episode was so intense, and I'm still sort of processing it almost an entire week later. Maybe the best of the season for sure. It's up there, absolutely. So we're going to see what happens. Subscribe if you haven't. The Suicide Squad Nostalgia Critic review went up over on Channel Awesome, and I'm playing Diablo in that, so go ahead and check that out. Also, the top 5 best and worst Ridley Scott movies are up right now to sort of go in conjunction with Alien Covenant that just came out today, so go ahead and check those 2 videos out. We got an awesome comics reunion coming out this coming Tuesday. I got Heather, Ayana, and Porter all back together with me in top 5. We're counting down the top 5 best Stan Lee cameos. That's going up on Tuesday. Make sure you are there for that. Otherwise, I'm looking forward to talking about the very last episode of Samurai Jack. I'm going to try and get that up as soon as possible, like right after on tomorrow night. So I expect that probably tomorrow night, and then a couple days later I'll probably put up a whole season review. So make sure you guys are there for that. Thank you for checking it out. Make sure to check out the Q&A with Zack Snyder, which a lot of people have been watching recently. So go ahead and keep checking that out. If you want to see more videos like that, let me know. Anything, since this show is ending, is there any shows that you guys want to see me talk about on a weekly basis? Let me know in the comments as well. Until probably tomorrow. I'll see you guys probably tomorrow night or early Sunday morning by the time I get the video up. But thanks for going on this journey with me. We got one more Samurai Jack episode, and I'm nervous, guys. But we'll see you then. Bye.